So this is definitely a different type of
Themselves or the
video
German plans appear
that
well founded. Huge mechanized weapons
I'm
stocked
gonna
up to the
say I've
hilt.
never really recorded
We
like.
must ensure the Emperor
So I
learns of
kind of
these
sat
developments.
down and I thought, and I've been talking to people, and I've been having my own, let's say, mental breakdowns and problems that I've been having. And someone said you should get a journal,
Perhaps this will aid us in our
and I thought
quest for
about that.
survival.
Thought about it for a few days. Like, hey, what do I think about a journal? But the thing is, I know if I had a paper journal, I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't be sitting down and I wouldn't be trying to write down all my feelings, write down all of that. So I was like, what about a digital one? Like, would I type it up? And then I sat there and I thought some more.
With greater strength, we will crush
Till I
our
kind of
enemies.
realized that I probably wouldn't do
There
that
is
either.
great evil in this
So
place.
it kind of came down to this
Spirits and
idea,
demons walk this land,
which is to make,
possessing the remains of
in a
fallen
sense,
warriors.
a digital journal that I'm going to upload every day. I'll make it public. Not much to hide in my life, or much to say, hey, this is the my most terrible secret. I don't really have much to say. And I just figured I would talk about my day and kind of what's been going on my mind. Like, there's been a lot that's been going on my mind as of late. But I'll start out with kind of the positives. I recently got in contact with, because I'm currently on income assistance, basically kind of like welfare. There's a
We
class
shall
that
not have
basically will let
disturbed
me
the
get
graves
an
of the
early
ancient
education,
ones.
early childhood educator, like kind of like a diploma, which will allow me to get a job as like a preschool daycare type of job. And I love that. I enjoy kids. I always wanted to be like a father, like a parent, but never really had the education, so this was a big jump. And I have a meeting about that tomorrow, about the application and about everything, so I'm kind of really excited about that. Hoping, I'm a little anxious, to be honest, like, hey, what's the possibility of me,
It was you who
you
fought
know,
them to it.
getting denied or getting said no? What happened? Like, no, you don't get this, or no, you don't. Hmm. God, I made iced tea.
Only a fool would face
He's
me
like,
in
shit.
battle.
God, that's horrible. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. That's actually kind of moving forward, and
I
that's kind
am
of been
imbued with the warrior spirit.
really a thing that I hope I can do. I hope I can
With
pursue that.
modification, this may yet be effective means for protection.
Besides that, my day was
It is as
I had
though
to go
the
to the dump.
spirits are being
Wasn't my most
pulled
favorite
within.
thing, but if I don't do it, then no one else is gonna do it. But the main hurdle
This
of
time
today,
fortune
and kind of
smiles
been the
upon
last few
us.
weeks, is my I don't want to necessarily call it anxiety. It's a mixture of anxiety and it's a mixture of self-destructiveness. I kind of go through two extremes. I go through, how would I describe this? I meet someone and I'm a very connected person. I'm a very attachment? No. Like, I get very attached to people. I'm a very caring
Spirit of my
individual where I
ancestors
care
are
for
with
people
me.
deeply, and like, I won't say love, but, I care for them so deeply that, it makes me sad, when they're upset or they're struggling and I get anxious. I've always kind of been like that. I've always been one to care deeply for others and care deeply for anyone, really.
I am refreshed and ready to lead
But the
charge
fact
into
is,
battle.
I've never, if I'm honest here, I've never really had friends. Kind of my childhood, up until my dad died, I didn't have friends. Moved in with my mom and my stepdad, who was an abusive drunk. I didn't have friends then.
I am not
Moved to a
afraid to
different
die in battle.
province, basically a different state. Got abused. Till I got kicked out at 18, but I never had any friends, so I never really had the ability to really connect with people or learn how to say, hey, you know, this is how you connect, this is how you build friendships, this is how you be a normal human being. So since I never kind of grew up with that, or I never got taught that, I have a really bad time with making friends and, you know, holding relationships, because I care so deeply. I know I'm not necessarily very broken, but I have a lot of issues. I had a bad childhood. I've had bad things happen to me, and I've been trying to work on it. But I've kind of gotten to the two extremes, which is way oversharing, overwhelming someone to the point where they don't want to talk to me, or locking myself out and kicking people away. So I've kind of been like, when I get a connection, I'll way overshare. I'll try and, in my mind, I think, sit there and I'll be like, hey, you know, open up about some of my problems, some of my like my past, some of my stuff. Where in my mind, it's trying to open up and have the relationship and have the good connection, where most people, I think, get overwhelmed and kind of, not necessarily, I wouldn't say like not care, but, you know, when someone says they've had a terrible life or they had a shitty life and all of this, like, how do you react to that? I know I'm not normal. I know when I hear someone has a rough life, or I know someone's going through problems, I always put myself out there. I'll put myself, like, I wouldn't say necessarily like as a doormat, but I'll put myself to support them. I'll be there 100% of the time.
A giant robot comes this way.
Which I kind of find a little bit ironic for someone who's been, you know, abused and had all this stuff happen to them. He becomes someone who cares so deeply for his like a fellow person, that they're willing to sacrifice everything of their own. Like, it's half a good aspect, half a bad aspect. It's good to care about people, but putting them ahead of myself isn't a good idea. Isn't a good concept. But at the same time, don't really know much else. I don't, like, even where I live now, I don't really have any friends. I have a few online friends. I don't really have much friends besides that. I don't, like, I had a few friends that I would talk to. I haven't spoken to them in years. They haven't reached out. I don't remember leaving their Discord. I might have got kicked from it. Which sucks, but, you know, what can I do? But move on. And then I've been having a lot of issues where I'm just trying to build a connection and then realizing that I'm overstepping, I'm being the overbearing person, and what does my brain go into? It goes into isolation. Wants me to isolate myself. So I shut myself out. I want to, you know, not be with anyone, saying I don't deserve people, I don't deserve any of this. And I'll honestly sit there for however long I break down. I have, want to say strong
Move!
enough will.
Grenade!
Like, I had a really bad breakdown on Saturday, Sunday, where I wanted to delete my account. I wanted to, shut myself out completely. And instead of doing that, instead of listening to any of the voices in my head that says, you're not worth it, you should get, you should hurt yourself, or you should do a lot of, you know, other terrible things, I sat there, cried my eyes out, and I sat there and I did nothing. Because I knew, if I attempted anything, that it would lead to bad things happening.
This is but one part of many.
Like if I went and, like, I have a bottle of wine in my bought quite a few months back. I haven't touched it. I'm not a drinker. Never really been a drinker. I had the thought, like, maybe if I could drink myself to stop feeling. And I know that's not how that works. Bad habit. It's a terrible thing to do. But in my mind, like, my mind's screaming, saying, go do it. Go do this terrible thing. And what do? I sit there and I cry. I don't move. I don't listen. I don't do anything. I sit there and I just stop myself. I don't know if that's necessarily having stronger will, but saying, hey, I'm in such a state that,
Will not go unpunished.
you know,
Generators are
I'm
functioning.
breaking down and I'm having this issue. And of course I'm not, like, this isn't scripted, so I'm stuttering, I know. I just have a lot going on in my head. This eventually will lead into the bigger topic, I think, what I'll say in my first journal, or journal. Games.
What manner of sorcery is this?
I have a stream. I stream.
From
I
these
want to
small
produce
pieces,
content. I
something
was
larger
very
can be
into
built.
it. Haven't been so much as it is now because I've been so overwhelmed, self-destructive, self-hatred, in the point of saying, I'm not worth it. What's the point of making content when you're gonna get
Curse this
nowhere, or you're
debilitating
just
mud.
like a creep, or you're just all these terrible things I'll say to myself. I don't recognize it at the time, but I know, like, I'll sit here and I'll be like, I want to record an episode, or I want to record some gameplay. And I'll sit here and I'll be like, oh, okay, let's go do that. And then I go sit on my chair, on my desk, on my computer. I'll sit here and sit and sit and sit, and then I just won't record because I get so anxious and I get so deep into my thoughts that
This will help
I won't
shield
do
us
anything.
from the demon's attacks.
Which is kind of the problem. So what I kind of found is somewhat, and that's kind of where I've been stuck. Like, I've been wanting to record, I've been wanting to make content, but I can't, like, when I sit down and edit, I struggle so very hardly.
We have done.
I can't just sit down and edit myself. My brain just won't let me do it. I think it's a mixture of ADHD and just, having the ideas, but not the focus or ability to do that. Because I'll be like, oh, I have this great idea for a video and great concept and all this other stuff, but then I'll sit down and I'll record, and then I'll be like, oh shit, I don't have the ability to edit like that. which I think demotivates me to the point where I'll just won't do anything. Like, I have an amazing friend. I consider him a friend. I don't know what he thinks of me, really. Guy who edits my video, or would edit my videos and stuff, and he's an OG. I love him. He's a fun kid. But like, he'll edit my stuff, like, and I feel bad because I'm not able to pay him right away because I don't make an income. But I love his, when I watch my, like, I don't usually watch my own content. You know, I don't self-indulge in myself.
Does this gramophone factor into the
But when I watch, like, one of his edited videos, I generally laugh. I have a good time watching myself.
Another mysterious
And,
machine.
you
What
know,
is its purpose?
that's kind of been the hurdle that I'm having. And I go off on a tangent instead of talking about the original thing, but I guess that's kind of, it's late. It's 11:16 p.m. right now as I'm recording this. Kind of thinking I might do these at the end of the day to kind of, you know, put out my thought process, put out my, you know, saying, hey, this is what happened today. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. There's this streamer. She's a wonderful person. I love her. She's amazing. And I would message her daily. That's kind of how I am. I message people daily. I check in on them, you know, make sure they're doing good and everything. Just talking, doing all this stuff. And then I would have anxiety attacks like, oh, you know, I'm annoying her. Like, she's a content creator, so she's established. She's like, she makes a living off this. Like, she has an amazing community, an amazing all this other, like, personality, amazing viewership and everything. So she's like fully at the point where she can live her life and be happy, where I'm basically no one, in a sense. Like, I don't have a community, I don't have a following. I've kind of never really had the following, so it feels like when I was trying to make content with her, or I'll try and talk to her, that I'd be leeching off her. And I think that's something that most people struggle with when they, you know, try and make friends of a person that already has a community. They feel like they're leeching off them and get some anxiety. So I had some anxiety, so I would say things that I don't fully mean, and I would apologize for things until I had a big anxiety attack and I sent a message, and she responded basically saying she's been very overwhelmed with everyone and everything that's been happening in her life, and kind of everything that's happening, and she's gonna take a step back from responding to people in DMs and in private. I have bad anxiety, I think. I don't feel confident in my ability to go talk in a community saying like, hey, you know, this is who I am, this is who I am, who I like, screaming, basically saying this is me. I don't like that. I like talking in private. I like talking one-on-one. That's what I like. So I'll often sit there
I will seek and find a use for this.
and talk to them in private. But the thing is, doing that also puts a strain on them because it is me reaching out every day. But she sent me that message, and it's just, I try my best to follow it, you know, not bug her, not bother her. Yeah, she's an amazing person. She doesn't deserve to be bothered. She doesn't deserve to be, you know, in a sense harassed by me, by someone who's not important. You know, I don't have that relationship with her. where I'm like, if like, oh, I'm connected with her in such a special way. I considered her, I still consider her a friend. I don't really know what she considers me. And even talking about that is getting my anxiety. I can feel my heart racing. Like, I don't know what she thinks of me, and I don't know much what she's thinking about right now. So I sat down, and you know, I get the urge to talk to people. Like, I don't have the connections, I don't have the friendships, so I try and reach out to people every day just to, you know, have relationships. And I have thoughts of messaging her. You know, I want to check in on her. I just want to say, hey, how you doing? You know, are you doing well? Like, make a friendship. But I know she was going through a time and stress and whatever else, so instead of letting my thoughts
I will return
and then
when I possess the coins you
be
so
like
clearly
something that I
desire.
listen to or indulge in my thoughts, I really decided to say, you know, I'm done. I left her server, left everything, haven't talked to her. The last message was January 12th, I think.
For now, the machine will
Left
remain
her server, don't have any way to communicate with her. I'll sit in support her chat. Like, I'll sit there and I'll just won't say anything when she streams, and I'll be there. Always supportive. But I just don't want to be a hassle. Because I feel like because I have attachment issues and I have like constantly wanting to talk to someone, that in a sense that I would be bothering her, or I would be doing all these things. And I know she doesn't deserve that, so instead of listening to my voice, I've kind of just shut myself out. Not talking to her, not saying anything to her.
into the breach. Part of a staff.
Was on one of her servers that I used to play on until I got new internet and it wouldn't let me connect. Eventually I knew I was going to get removed because I left her server, like the Discord server that she has. And I have a lot of confusing thoughts of me wanting to reach out, wanting to build the connection. But I don't do it, I don't listen to them. I just sit there and I be quiet. And that's kind of what I've been feeling like I've been doing through a lot of the relationships that I have. I just feel like I'm really harassing them, or, you know, I'm annoying. I know I can be. I know I can be overwhelming, and like I've been trying to work on it. But having 25 years of not good experiences and not being taught how to do it, having the habits built up so big, and then trying to say, oh hey, you know, this is your new life.
Touch offends me.
I just don't know. It just... And then I did something that, I don't know, I thought was a smart idea. Well, not even really a smart idea, it was just something to get my mind off of things. To let some emotions flow. I went in her chat when she was offline. Like, I know she's in kind of an opposite time zone, so she streams usually around 5 p.m. my time, and then goes to like 3 a.m. my time, so she's a different time zone. So I kind of went when it was offline. She was offline, no one was there, and I just kind of sent a message. I wrote what I was feeling, my thoughts, and I sent it to the dead chat. You know, and it made me feel better. Made me feel, you know, somewhat better, just to be able to get it out, even though, like, I don't expect her to read it. I don't expect her to really do anything, but it was a way for me to scream into the void, get heard somewhat. Anyways, I sent, I think, 4 or 5 messages, or just popped my brain out. Then I was gonna go lurk in her stream, because she was gonna be streaming that day. Eventually, I sat there waiting. She never went live. She took the day off. That was a bit sad, but I completely understand. She's probably going through some rough times, and everyone needs a break. Then I went to another person that I care about. And this other person, she's a wonderful person as well, and, you know, I only known her for a bit, but she's so wonderful. I know she's amazing. And I just said, you know, I think I did something stupid, and I showed her what I did. And then she kind of sat me down and said, "You're oversharing." You know, having, like, oh, like, the mods or someone see the message, they have the log. If you were to say that to someone else, or you could say that to someone, how would they react? And I never really considered it until she kind of put that up in my face. And I know she didn't mean anything bad. She sat down and shared much of her experiences in her life, and was trying to use that as an example of, like, oh, this is what happens when you overshare and stuff. And I sat there listening, but I also had the bad thought of, hey, I'm just in a cycle, in a continuous cycle of fucking, hey, I want to build a relationship, and then I talk too much, and then I overshare, and then I overwhelm them, and then they leave, and then I get hurt. And I don't know. I really don't know what to do. And the worst thing is, I feel like I just ruined her night, and I just made her feel like garbage. Why does she have to listen to my problems? Why does she have to listen to anything that I say? She doesn't. She's wonderful. And I just wish some days that I could be normal, in a sense, be reasonable. You know, have a normal life where I'm not breaking down, or I'm not overly anxious. I have a feeling I might send her this video. I don't know. I still have thoughts of deleting my accounts and just being alone.
I am unsure as to
And
your true
the
nature,
thing is, for me,
child.
is it's
I will
two
be
extremes. I want to have connections, so I overshare, I overly attach, and then that pushes people away. And then the other one is the opposite, in a sense. instead of overly attaching, instead of, you know, building the connection, I shut myself out. I
We know not what we have done.
push everyone away. I want to be... Not that I want to be left alone. I feel like I deserve to be alone. And that's kind of been the big thought process that I've been having today. Is which is gonna be better?
I am eager
'Cause
for battle.
I'm struggling to be in the medium of just being a normal
A
friend
broken
and
staff piece.
I'm trying to remember.
having a friendship.
The staffs of the
Because almost
ancients
every
were
person I
lost.
meet tonight,
Her
you know,
father made
talk to, I
copies.
care so much
You
for
can
it, but
find them.
and I know I
You can get
shouldn't,
me out.
but I do.
You can open the gateway to Agartha.
I have
And
seen
I'm
many
not really
unnatural
sure
things
what I
this
want to
day.
do.
I will seek out the truth, child.
Like,
Until
I don't
the
know what I
time
want to do with the
we
streamer
meet again,
girl. Like, I
we
want to
must show
reach out.
patience.
I want to talk to her, but I have a feeling that it's not going to go well. I feel like I'm going to mess something up. I'm going to do something, and then I'm going to make her uncomfortable, which is what hurts me the most. Is when I make the people I care about uncomfortable, or I make them hurt or upset or anything. And that's what hurts me the most. I don't know what to do. I guess I'm really just gonna get my words out. Get all my feelings out. Like, there are so many better, not like people I care for and I talk to, that they deserve all the happiness, and I feel like a lot of the time I just bring sadness, I just bring issues, and I don't know. Feel like I'm the problem.
A fragment of
And
someone's
the
staff.
problem is when I get feeling like this, and then I start pushing away, and then it's like deepens the cycle, and I just... The thing that really sucks, I think, more than anything, is medication doesn't seem to want to work in my body. Like, I'm on antidepressants, I'm on meds that's supposed to help me sleep, I'm on ADHD meds, and none of them work. Like, I have nightmares, or like PTSD dreams constantly. And they started me on a new medication to, you know,
You are
help with
so
them.
much closer than my
I was
father.
last, as I say that, I have to take my meds, actually. Oh, they started me on a
We should try
anti-dream
this.
medication, and it worked. It worked. I didn't have dreams. You know, I slept good. And then it stopped, slowly stopped working. Like a day, like a month or two, it stopped working. They upped the dose. It worked for another month and a half, and then it's starting to wear off. Like, it's been 3 months probably since they upped my dose, and I'm starting to have my nightmares again. And the antidepressants, they're not helping. The ADHD meds are half the time not working. And I guess the fun thing is I get to say about that is my genetics. My grandmother's the same way. So medication, like I know medication's not a solve all problem. Like, hey, you know,
Cannot
take your
outrun my
medication
enemy
and you'll
in
be
this mud.
perfectly fine. But
The giant robot comes this way.
I feel like medication in its general, like, is to help, you know, when you're feeling down.
Father said the chambers were doorways, opened by the songs of the
Excuse me.
ancients. Harness the elements.
When you're feeling down or you need help or something's wrong, hey, you know, let's fucking not do anything or take my meds. And like people with ADHD say night and day, you know, my meds help me so much. And then I'm kind of sitting here like, they do nothing for me. And then I just don't really know what I should do. Because I'm sitting there like, what the fuck do you want me to do? And I don't know. And that's the part that sucks the most. Is I don't know what to do.
Fierce of power does not belong in mortal hands.
Like, I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to, you know, be a better person. And yet, every single time I make an attempt or something happens, I just ultimately fail. And then it's just, what do you do? Like, you know, what do you do then? Do you just give up? Do you just say, you know, fuck it, I'm done? Life, I tried my hardest, or, you know, I want to give up? Or you say, hey, you know, you tried, but it's gonna take some more work. It's gonna take some more effort.
Our labors prove fruitful.
And like, I understand it's gonna take some more effort. It's just like, I just don't have the finances, and that's kind of been the biggest hurdle for me. Is like, I don't have any money at all. So like, trying to get the professional
There is a
help,
place
trying
for
to get
everything.
Your bravery will
anything
soon
at
end
all,
my nightmare.
and just constantly
All your effort will soon be rewarded.
getting told, hey, hey, you know, you're not good enough, or all these other things. And I just, I don't know. I feel like I'm going off on a tangent or a rant, and I don't really know where my thought process is going right now. I just wish to be better. And I'm trying, and I think this might be a good idea. Sitting down and talking out my
Have a
thoughts.
greater fluidity of movement and balance.
Is it posting on the internet's gonna be a good thing? I don't fucking know. Probably not. People are gonna try and probably use it to say, hey, I've met some people that really dislike me. And they would do anything to, you know, make me upset or hurt. But, which I understand. You know, I get it. I'm an annoying person. But I'm trying to be better. And I can't really much say else, but I'm trying to be better.
Even in greater numbers.
So,
For me.
really nothing else but taking a step, and I don't know. I see my worker. What is it? I see them. I saw them today,
This object looks important.
but that's not a big issue anymore. Saw them today, was productive, you know, I did all this other stuff. And no, it's just really waiting for tomorrow. I have an appointment with my mental health people on Wednesday. I guess I'm gonna go talk to them. Maybe I'll send them this video. I don't know. Like, this is my journal. I'm gonna be trying. And see how that goes. Because I don't really know too much of my thoughts right now.
You are no match for a samurai.
I'm trying. The funnest part is trying not to listen to your bad thoughts, you know, when you know, or when you're smart enough to know, like, hey,
It was you who first
I shouldn't be doing this. This is a really bad idea.
For now.
So what do
I
you
may
do?
move among them.
You try your best to
Unheard.
not do that,
You pray for
and
the
then
dying samurai spirit.
you make mistakes. You do stuff, and then you just continuously make mistakes.
Is she an angel?
What can you
Or a
do?
demon?
I think I'm gonna end it here. I've gone on. You know, my model's been kind of fucky probably during this whole time. That's mostly because I'm moving my model doesn't capture my hand movements, and I'm putting my hand on my head a lot. Or I'm kind of blocking my vision. Like, I'll block my eyes like this. And I'm not blinking, so it's not able to see. But I'm hoping to eventually get a better proper model, but that's not going to be anytime soon. But I'll probably end it here. Say this would be my first
Savagery
journal.
is all you possess.
I don't know. I was thinking about calling it. What is it better? Be to have friends or not be have friends? I might continue this thought process tomorrow, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll
I
definitely see.
stand before
But
you,
for now,
ready
I'm not
to
gonna say
die.
like see you tomorrow or anything. This isn't a professional thing. This is just a journal. There will be one tomorrow, and I'm hopefully gonna have some more better news than and not less negative
It is
news.
unwise to stand in the
But yeah.
path of the robot.
I'm gonna date this as February 23rd, 2026.
Saw a demon crush
And I'm gonna
the
try and
robot
upload
foot.
this before fucking. I don't know if I'm gonna be uploading
Only
this
a
before the
madman
night.
would create such a machine
So we're gonna see.
that
But
operates.
with that, I'll end it here.